Hello everyone, I am so excited that you're here. Today I have a really cute Winnie the Pooh and Piglet storybook look for a Christmas card this year. I just love all the little vintage touches that help make this the sweetest card ever. So stick around and assemble this card with me. I have Pooh and Piglet already stamped on some Nina Solar White cardstock. Yes, cardstock. I'm not using watercolor paper today, and that's perfectly fine. You can use watercolor paper or Bristol paper if you'd like. And the stamp set I am using is called Winnie the Pooh Holiday Exchange from Unity Stamp Company, and it is stamped using VersaFine Clear ink. I did hit it quickly with a heat tool just to set it. Extra insurance, most of the time it works just fine, but just in case you can heat set it. And then I'm using a bunch of Distress ink colors to watercolor with. I'm using very minimal amount of water using a water brush. I don't do any squeezing with that barrel unless the pen is getting really dry. And I'm picking up the ink colors with my water brush and just scribbling that on. I'm focusing on the bottom left of the image and keeping everything on the kind of right side of the image lighter. I'm not even putting much color of ink over there. The two colors for Pooh I'm using today are Scattered Straw and Antique Linen. Both of those kind of give me that classic Pooh look. And I'm mixing the Scattered Straw into the Antique Linen to add just a hint of yellow without getting too crazy with a bright yellow. Next, moving on to Piglet, I have two colors for him as well. I have Saltwater Taffy and Worn Lipstick. I'm just doing a base color for Piglet, just one color of Saltwater Taffy for his body, and then the Worn Lipstick for his shirt. Next, let's add some red for his Santa cap and scarf. This is Candied Apple. And again, just doing some real simple watercoloring, not using a lot of water. The more water you use, it's going to really spread out and kind of do some funky things to the cardstock. So I'm keeping things nice and light. And then adding some red to the berries in Pooh's little hidden bouquet and to the ribbon at the bottom as well. For the greenery, I'm using Rustic Wilderness. Just thought it was a really pretty green. And again, lightly tapping that over the leaves and then the little stems. Super, super easy. Last, I'm going to add a hint of shadow. Now, I did add quite a bit of water to the hickory smoke. I wanted it to be really nice and light. So I'm adding some shadow to Pooh's Santa cap and his little bell at the end. And then also creating a baseline for Pooh and Piglet to stand on, and then just a hint of a shadow to the bottom left of Pooh and Piglet. Once that was all dry, I am going to die cut this with the Deckle and Stitches nesting dies from Unity Stamp Company, and then add on some ink blending. This will really kind of antique things up. I'm not worried about the ink blending going over my watercolored image, just kind of adds to that vintage antique look. This is Antique Linen, and then I'm going to go around the edge and really deepen things up with Vintage Photo. And I love how this catches the stitches and the deckled edge of the die. Just really makes it pop. Perfect, and we're just going to do this real simply, start off the edge of the page and then slowly blend it onto our panel. Next, I grabbed one of my favorite backgrounds. This is a little Christmas carol. All these little caroled words in a typed font. I'm going to add some vintage photo over the top and then lay that over my panel and then just pick spots with my thumb to press down so I get a real variegated look to that typed font. I'm mixing in a bunch of stamps from the Christmas Express stamp set, all different sizes and different postmarks that I thought were really pretty in the background. I really love this sentiment from Winnie the Pooh Merriest Time, and I'm going to die cut that down with the sentiment and stitched nesting dies. Add a little bit of ink blending so it matches the rest of the card, using the same colors I used before. Then I have a piece of Yuletide plaid pattern paper that I'm using for my card front. I'm going to pop up my panel right on top of that using some foam tape, and we're going to put that right in the center. I did some ink blending on that background paper so it would match with the theme of the card. Next, I'm going to mat my sentiment so it kind of pops against that busy background on some brown cardstock, and then just trim that out so it has a real thin border. And then we're going to pop that up on the card front using some foam adhesive right above Pooh. And that finishes off the card. And I really love the sweet storybook vintage look. I'll have all the supplies linked in the description of this video and as well on my Dollhouse Designs blog. If you have any questions or sweet comment, post below. Thank you so much for creating with me. Be sure to like and subscribe to catch all my future video tutorials. I hope you're inspired, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.